Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy LeBrankston back again with another video. And today, Black Ops 6 has officially been out for at least 1 week. Nuketown drops today. I'm very excited to play that again. It feels like forever since we've played Nuketown. I think the last game it was almost Cold War. I think so. But today we're going to talk about Black Ops 6 and how I think it is, the goods, the bads, the in-betweens, a little bit of honesty, some good criticism for Call of Duty. I hope you guys can leave a comment of what you guys think about the game, whether it's good, bad, the ugly, whatever it is. Leave a comment down below on your opinions of this game. A little bit about myself. I've been playing Call of Duty since Call of Duty 2 on the 360. Those were way different days to how it is now. I mean, back in the day, you couldn't even sprint. Then Call of Duty 4 introduced the sprint, the kill streaks, the prestige system, the leveling up, online multiplayer. MW2 took it to a whole different level. Then from there, you got Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, MW3, to advanced movement with the jetpacks and advanced warfare, infinite warfare, and Black Ops 3, which, hot take, I think Black Ops 3 is one of the best Call of Duties ever made. It's definitely top 5 for sure. And then now you got Omni movement. So there's so much different stuff going on. So I just kind of want to talk about the pros and the cons, the good and the bads for what I think Black Ops 6 is like. So that way, if you're at home and you're like, man, I'm not really sure if I want to buy Black Ops 6. It looks like a replica of Cold War. Well, I'm going to give you the true, honest answer of how I feel Black Ops 6 is played right now. So let's go ahead and start off with the good. First of all, if you watched my last video, it was me talking about my goals for Black Ops 6 and what I wanted to do with it. And the very first thing I complained about was the HQ system. And the beta, it was terrible. It was hard to navigate. It made me quit and upload and not reinstall, but it made me quit the application over and over and over again before it finally transitioned me over to Black Ops 6. Whatever they did in the beta, I don't know who thought it was a good idea, but that was a terrible idea because now they have a really good HQ system. I mean, I still don't like the HQ format, but it's a lot easier. Like if I want to play Black Ops 6, I can click on Black Ops 6 and it will take me right to the main menu. If I want to play MW3, I can click on MW3 and it will take me right to the main menu. If I want to play Terminus or Liberty Falls, there's stuff on the main menu that I could easily just go ahead and click on, and I can easily play it and go straight to that lobby. Granted, there are a lot of people who have been complaining about how I guess it ruins the MW3 load times, or it's not functioning right for loading out MW3. I can't speak on that because I just haven't touched MW3 since probably April. So I don't know any of the bugs for that game or what's going on with the HQ system for that. Moving on, I feel like weapons are in a really good spot right now. I like using all the weapons, whether that's in zombies, private matches, campaign, and multiplayer. I think everything looks good. Now, if you look at what I'm showing you right now, I'm kind of scrolling through all the attachments. One thing that I really missed from back in the day is just the simplicity of attachments. I feel like in the past few years, you had to at least have 6 or 7 attachments to have your so-called meta weapon. And even then, you had to scroll and scroll and scroll just to find whatever basic attachment you wanted. There was no search bar. There was nothing. In this game, I feel like the attachments are very simple, and there's not a million of them to choose from. Because a lot of times in the past, there were a lot of useless attachments that wouldn't do anything, and there's more harm than good. And it's like, why would you even put that in the game? But that also being said, I feel like there's not that many cons to throw attachments on for your weapons. Back in the day, I remember when you had to buy attachments on Black Ops 1 or unlock them and other previous Call of Duties where you only got one attachment. My personal favorite attachment was the silencer. I hated showing up on UAVs or on the radar, on the mini-map, showing my location because, you know, I like to stealth around and be a little bit sneaky, you know? Like, you didn't really have that many cons to throw on a silencer. Like, yeah, your distance rate or your damage rate or whatever it was altered, but it wasn't that much to where I feel like in the previous Call of Duties it would affect your recoil, it would affect your aim, it would affect your reload, whatever stupid stuff like that. That shouldn't even make sense. But now I feel like if you look at all the attachments, the only things that really have cons are obviously the heavy duty magnifying scopes, the lasers, because it says, hey, you're showing a laser, it gives away your position. And I think like a couple rapid fire, I think messes with your recoil, which that makes sense, right? I think weapons are great. I think the attachment system is super easy and basic. You can basically throw whatever attachments you want. Now granted, there are still meta weapons and meta loadouts and stuff like that, but now you can kind of mess around with it without being like, no, I have to run this loadout or this weapon's useless. You know what I mean? Overall, the gameplay and movement feel really smooth. I'm really happy with it. At first, I didn't really know how to use the Omni movement in the beta, and even transitioning into this game right now, I wasn't sure with it. You know, I missed the jetpack system a lot. I was really decent at that. Omni movement, I'm still getting a little bit used to it, but now that I have a Elite controller with paddles, it's a lot easier for me to use the Omni movement to its full potential. And I think, one, you don't really have to use the Omni movement. You can still slide cancel and everything like that. It's not going to affect your game, but I mean, there is definitely a skill gap if you understand how to use the Omni movement correctly. Like, it's so much fun diving off railings or diving around corners and doing a 720 and just shooting the guy and he doesn't even expect you. Like, it's fun. It makes the game more fun. Like, you know, if someone's camping, you can easily dive past them, turn around, shoot them, and it's great. I think it helps the prone system a lot, especially on hardpoint on subsonic, I think it was called, where there's like the little craters where you can just hide in a little hard point and you can kind of move around. I like it. Overall, I think the gunplay feels great. Now, there are some things that I'll talk about in the bad con section that you guys might agree on or may disagree on. But we'll talk about that later in terms of the gunplay. My favorite thing that has come back in Black Ops 6 and I think has revamped the multiplayer is Classic Prestige. I never understood why they took out the Classic Prestige in MW19. It never really made any sense. I guess something to do with the battle pass, and it supposedly was never going to work, but I don't know. Treyarch's supposedly doing it this year, so I don't understand why they got rid of it in the first place. When they took it out, I felt like multiplayer kind of got useless. Like back in MW19, like I don't remember if they had a ranked mode or not. I didn't start playing ranked till MW2, but when you hit level 50 or 55, whatever it was, you're just stuck there until the next season, and it gives you, I don't even know if it took you up a couple levels to 150 or what, but it just felt pointless. It was like, why am I playing this game? And that's why what really turned me off from MW19 is just that lack of Classic Prestige, the lack of the grind to get done with all your prestiges as fast as you could. Growing up, I never hit that 10th prestige, 15th prestige, whatever it is. Mostly, I got tired of the games. I would hit 6th or 7th prestige, get burnt out, whatever it was. But I remember growing up when the Black Ops 1 days, Black Ops 2 days, the golden era as they call it, and I would turn on my Twitch, turn on my YouTube, whatever it was, look at Optic, look at FaZe. They were doing the race to prestige, master prestige, whatever it was, and you could see these guys like grouping up, whether it's 5, 6, 7 of them, playing all day, playing all night, trying to get master prestige. And that's what I miss, and I feel like a lot of the community doesn't realize that. Like now you see Optic, you see the Nuke Squad doing that now. Pretty much by the time this video is over, a lot of people have already reached master prestige, but a lot of people didn't even realize they do race prestiges. Like I was telling my buddy TK, I was like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna race to see how fast I can get master prestige. Obviously, it's just me, and I have another full-time job outside of this that is gonna take me longer than these YouTubers. And he was like, what is that? I was like, dude, you're missing out, bro. Like that's was so much fun. You get to see these content creators going as hard as they can to race up and hit that master prestige level, and I just feel like that's what you missed out on. Now, what pisses me off is MW19, when they took it out, a lot of people didn't know what it was. I mean, you had MW19, you had Cold War, you had MW2, you had MW3, you had Vanguard. All those never had Classic Prestiges. So you got to think these last 4, 5, 6, 7 years, whatever it was, after they took out the Prestiges, now they're introducing it. A lot of kids and a lot of people are upset, especially as they just started playing Call of Duty in the last couple years. I see a lot of tweets that are like, man, this is stupid. Why is there a prestige system? Why, how come if I prestige, I lose all my weapons, I lose all this, I reset? You know what I had to tell them? I tell them, man, shut up, man. You don't know what you're missing out on. You don't know the classic Call of Duties that I grew up on, the classic grinds of, oh man, I reset, I gotta do this all over again. Man, when I used to prestige, they didn't give us no prestige token. I had to earn that all back over again. I think MW2, when I prestige and I wanted to use the AK, I had to get back to level 70. Just be happy it's only level 55, and now you get a prestige token to unlock whatever you want. So stop complaining. Enjoy it. It just makes the game more fun and more enjoyable, and it increases the durability of the lifespan of it. Same thing with the camo grind. I feel like they went back to the old school days of getting headshots and doing the special ones and then gold, diamond, everything else after that. I think it's great. Headshots are super easy. I kind of miss the way that MW2 and MW3 had it, where you had the 4 challenges and each thing was a different thing. But you know what? I like it. Headshots are easy in this game. It's not too bad, except that stupid launcher that I can't shoot down UAVs with, and it's just miserable. I gotta look up a YouTube video, or someone leave down in the comments what's the easiest way to do it. Now, with that being said, Black Ops 6 is a great game, right? It's great. I'm having fun with it, but there are some bad things about Call of Duty this year. First and foremost, the maps are terrible. They're garbage. I don't know who designed these maps. They're terrible. That's why Nuketown is coming out today. Granted, Nuketown was probably already going to come out regardless, but I'm sure they saw everyone say, oh man, these maps are terrible. We got to get Nuketown out as soon as we can. So that way you got a little bit of the OG fan base, and you got some of the newer fan base who are like, oh, okay, this is a good map. Like, I love this map. Thanks for bringing it back. It's the same reason they bring back Shipment every year and Shoot the Ship, whatever other maps they decide to bring back that are just these teeny tiny maps, because that's all that these kids can focus on is, oh, I got to get my 100 kills. I got to do this. Tiny maps are terrible. And I feel like all these maps are tiny. There's no room for gameplay development. You're just running around. You're getting shot. The spawns are terrible, especially Babylon. Don't even get me started with Babylon. Babylon's terrible. You got Subsonic, where people are just hiding on the planes everywhere in the little divots, the crevices, whatever you want to call it, acting like little New York street rats. You know what I mean? Like, Protocol's all right. Vorkuta sucks. I just feel like you can't see anything. That's another thing, as I feel the visibility is very tough. I feel like in previous Call of Duties, you could at least see their name tag or their gamer tag above them. This year, I feel like it's very, very, very faint. Maybe I got to change the colors, or maybe it's just because I'm colorblind. I don't know what it is. But the maps are terrible, man. I don't know if they can create new maps like they used to back in the day. And I got a hot take for you all. I saw this on Reddit or Twitter, wherever it was. But, and I also agree with it, and I've been thinking this for a while, is Modern Warfare 2019 ruined the abilities for the developers to make maps. Now, with that being said, the only reason why is because that was the first game to introduce opening doors. I think once they opened up doors and the ability to open up doors, it opened up a whole can of worms to where you have to keep opening up the doors or people are going to get mad. Now you got so many doors and so many windows that you can get shot at from every little direction. Like, I don't remember the map in MW19, but that Afghan map with the cave, I forgot, I think Afghan Cave, is that what it's called? I don't know, I hated all those maps. But you would have a million doors, a million different buildings that you can go into, a million different windows you could look out. And that's what, honestly, I feel like kind of ruined the map making for future Call of Duties. Granted, opening the doors is cool, but it's not necessary. You know what I mean? So my question to you all is, would you all be mad if they just remastered old Black Ops maps, old Treyarch maps, old World at War maps, and just threw them in here and just remastered them? Because if you've never played some of the World at War maps or some of the earlier Black Ops maps that haven't been remastered, I'm not talking about Firing Range, I'm not talking about Jungle, I'm not talking about Summit. I'm talking about the old school World at War maps that haven't been played in 10 plus years, or the Black Ops 3 maps that haven't been played in since release, or the Black Ops 4 has some good maps too. I think we should try to bring back some of those. Obviously, try to make your own maps. I'm not a huge fan of always remastering maps over and over and over again, but I feel like with MW3 it at least had some success with just bringing back the old MW2 OG maps. Like, I thought that was fun. It was enjoyable. You knew what you were getting, you knew where the spawns were, you knew how the game was set up. Granted, it did play a little bit differently because it was so many years down the line, but it still made the game fun because the maps were actually good. The second biggest thing is the skill-based matchmaking. That thing is terrible. I'm sweaty. I had to take 4 showers a day. It's miserable. It's terrible to solo queue by yourself. And I feel like the damaged base influence, whatever it's called, where if you're frying people and then mid-game you shoot people 10 times and they still don't die, that I feel like that's a real thing too. They got to do something about it, which I don't think they'll ever do. The only way to fix it is to play with your friends who are around the same KD ratio or lower than you. Like last night, I was playing in a whole full lobby with 5 other of my friends. We were in a 6-man squad, and I went from getting only 14, 15 kills to up to 42, 43, and I'm sitting at a 1.3 KD ratio right now. So it was a lot more fun playing with friends, but honestly, me and my friends have different work schedules. There's hardly times when we all get to play like that for hours and hours and hours. When it's double XP weekend this weekend and no one is on because they're out doing stuff and I have to solo queue, it's gonna be miserable. It's gonna be sweaty. It's gonna be tough. It's still gonna be fun, but it's just not the grind of what it used to. I miss the days where you could just load up, not have to worry about sweating. You get a couple hard matches every now and then, but mostly it was filled with random people that you never met. I wish they would have never got rid of that. I wish they never would have got rid of disbanding lobbies. Some smaller bugs that I've noticed is sometimes you'll spawn in and you don't even get to select your class and you still die. You're starting out 0-1, 0-2, whatever it is. So I hope they fix that. I think they are. Sometimes I'll load into a game and I'll have a random loadout with a gun and camos that I don't even have unlocked, and I can't switch to my custom class. Like it happened in my custom class 1, and I couldn't even use my XM4 the whole game. I had to use some random golden submachine gun that I didn't want to use. There's just small little bugs here and there I think they need to fix. I know a lot of people have been complaining about the latency issues. Personally, I haven't had any latency issues or packet burst issues or anything like that. I know in previous Call of Duties I have. I can't really speak on that. I've been having decent gameplay. I know I talked about it a lot in the beta where it was a huge issue and they needed to fix it. So far on my end, it's been good. Just because it works for me doesn't mean it works for the rest of the world who's playing Call of Duty. So Call of Duty has been 4 years. Y'all need to fix that. I don't understand how that's an issue. That's pretty much it for the negatives. Overall, I'm having a really fun game. I already got 12 plus hours put in the game. I'm enjoying it. I see myself playing it for a very long time. You know, I haven't really played a lot of campaign yet. I've very little. I've been grinding zombies. Zombies is really fun, man. It's been super enjoyable. Multiplayer by far has been my biggest thing. I just hit first prestige. Super excited about that. I've been streaming it nonstop. Every time I hop on, I just stream. No matter if people are watching or not, I still have fun with it just because that's fun. I got some good clips coming out on my TikTok and my Instagram. But if you're wondering, hey, LeBrankston, should I buy this game? It looks like a replica of Cold War. Well, yeah, dude, I could have told you that from the beginning that it's going to be a replica of Cold War. It's Cold War 2.0. It looks like it, feels like it, breathes like it, but you could have told that from the trailers, the gameplays, Call of Duty Next. It's the exact same thing, but I feel like it's better than Cold War. There's Omni movement, there's classic prestige, the gunplay's a lot better. It's fun. Back in the day, a lot of people complained about Cold War, and now after Vanguard and MW2, they're like, man, Cold War was actually a pretty good game. I'm like, yeah, dude, enjoy it while you got it. Quit complaining. Quit falling for the Call of Duty cycle where you love it for 3 days, you deal with it for the next couple months, the next game gets announced, you're excited for that, and you continuously go around the clock doing that same stupid cycle. Just enjoy the game. Yeah, there's always going to be stuff to complain about. This by far has not been the worst Call of Duty in a long time. It's actually a really good Call of Duty in a long time. Probably since I don't know. I mean, I like Cold War. I like Black Ops 4. I like Black Ops 3. I have my own opinions about MW19, the new MW2, and MW3. But overall, it's a fun game. If you feel like you don't want to spend that money, that $70 or that $14 for Game Pass, it's definitely a game that you can wait for it to go on sale. You're not going to miss out on anything. It's just another Call of Duty. There will always be more coming out. But if you got some extra money to spend and you really want to play Call of Duty with your boys, get it, man. I enjoy it. Zombies is super fun this year. I think Zombies has a really high ceiling and good potential for the story build up, the Easter eggs, the maps. Like, I'm having a blast on Terminus. Haven't really played Liberty Falls yet, but I got to give that a try. Overall, I hope you guys liked today's video. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys want me to talk about my Zombies pros and cons. I got a lot of mixed opinions on it. Like I said, overall, I love it, but there's also some things that can be changed. So if you guys want an honest review on Call of Duty Zombies, make sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about Call of Duty Black Ops 6, what you guys like about the game, what you don't like about the game. Make sure to follow all my social media. Link is down below in the description. Go check out that, man. Go check out the Twitter, the Instagram, the podcast. The podcast is popping off, man. We got some good stuff coming out. But overall, hope you guys enjoy Black Ops 6. Hope you guys enjoy Nuketown and Double XP weekend. It's your boy LeBrankston, and I'm signing off. Peace.